Have you ever wondered what a gaming giant does when it loses the console war? Well, here's something you probably didn't know. Microsoft has quietly shifted billions away from its traditional console division. Sales of the Xbox Series XS are reportedly falling behind PlayStation by more than a 3-to-1 ratio, a gap wider than any previous generation. And here's the real shock. Microsoft is now depending on PC gamers more than console players for future growth. Even more surprising, their latest partnership with Asus ROG hints at a direction no console maker has ever taken before. Today, let's talk about the device that could rewrite gaming strategy, the ROG Xbox Ally X. Microsoft's gaming strategy is shifting, and it's happening fast. For years, the Xbox brand was defined by one thing: its consoles. But now, Microsoft is openly acknowledging a truth gamers already know: Sony won the console war. So instead of doubling down on the battlefield they've already lost, they're opening a new front, one where PC gaming is king, handhelds are rising, and subscription ecosystems matter more than hardware. Enter the ROG Xbox Ally X, a product that isn't just a device, it's a signal, a declaration, a brand new path for Xbox's future. The Nintendo Switch reshaped gaming. Valve's Steam Deck proved that handheld PC gaming wasn't just possible, it was scalable. Asus entered the game with the original ROG Ally, and with its success, something clicked in Microsoft's boardrooms. Why fight for console exclusivity when the real market growth is happening on PC? The Xbox division has faced harsh numbers. Hardware sales are slipping, exclusive titles are limited, Game Pass growth slowed dramatically in the last 2 years. Meanwhile, PC gamers, who once hovered at the edges of Xbox's strategy, have become the center of the plan. Ally X is the bridge between those worlds. This is not a handheld Xbox. This is not a Steam Deck competitor. This is a strategic weapon designed to make Game Pass, Windows gaming, and the entire Xbox ecosystem portable, powerful, and future-proof. Let's talk about specs, because this thing is not an incremental upgrade, it's a leap. One of the biggest complaints about the first ROG Ally was its heat. Asus didn't just tweak it, they redesigned the cooling architecture completely. The dual fan system is stronger, quieter, and 20% more efficient. That means more consistent performance in AAA titles and longer boost frequencies without thermal throttling. This is the headline feature that shocked everyone. The Ally X battery is almost double the size of the original Ally. It's one of the biggest capacity jumps ever made in a handheld gaming device. Gamers aren't getting 60 extra minutes, they're getting hours of sustained gaming even in demanding titles. The original Ally used a 2230 SSD, limiting expansion options. The Ally X moves to the industry standard 2280 SSD, opening the door to massive storage upgrades. You can now go from standard handheld storage to 2TB or even 4TB SSDs without issue. Upgraded RAM, faster, more efficient, and optimized for gaming. That means smoother multitasking, better frame pacing, and fewer bottlenecks in modern titles. Now the interesting part, why is Xbox branding and Xbox Game Pass marketing so tightly wrapped around the Ally X? Because Microsoft is trying something bold. They're turning handheld PCs into the new Xbox. Remember when Xbox tried to compete with PlayStation through hardware? Those days are over. Instead, Microsoft is choosing to make their ecosystem a real product, not the console. Game Pass, cloud gaming, Windows portability, multi-platform releases. The Ally X is the perfect hardware to push this agenda. While Sony is still locked behind exclusives and proprietary hardware, Microsoft is thinking bigger. They want their gaming experience to be everywhere. Your console, your PC, your mobile phone, your TV, and now, your handheld. With Asus doing the hardware heavy lifting, Microsoft can do what they do best: build software, build ecosystems, build subscriptions. Game Pass recently went through a major revamp, and it's not random. It perfectly aligns with the launch of the Ally X. The new Game Pass is built to serve PC gamers, cloud gamers, cross-platform players, and handheld gamers. With the Ally X, Microsoft finally has a device that can showcase the full power of Game Pass without requiring a console. Imagine this scenario. You're traveling. You open your Ally X. You boot up Game Pass. You stream AAA titles instantly through cloud gaming, or download and play through Windows. This is exactly what Microsoft has always wanted, a world where Xbox doesn't need a console to survive. Short answer, yes, and much better than before. Long answer, here's why. Improved thermal headroom. More efficient cooling means more sustained performance. Games like Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring, and Starfield run noticeably better with fewer dips. Microsoft has quietly improved Windows compatibility with handheld devices. Games detect LIX better. Xbox Game Bar is better integrated. Touch and UI responsiveness are far smoother. Handhelds always struggle with performance versus battery life. LIX shifts that balance. You can push more frames for longer without draining the battery in an hour. The LIX is more than hardware. It's a message. Microsoft knows the future is hybrid. Not console, not PC, not mobile, but all of them together. And right now, the handheld PC market is exploding. But here's the twist. None of these handhelds are officially partnered with a major gaming ecosystem, except the LIX. Valve has Steam Deck. Asus now has an Xbox. This is the first time a major console ecosystem is directly pushing a handheld PC. We are watching the birth of something new, a world where Xbox evolves beyond consoles. Let's be honest, numbers don't lie. PlayStation has dominated this generation. Exclusive titles continue to outperform Xbox releases. The gap in console sales is massive, but Microsoft is not dying, they're evolving. They realize something Sony hasn't embraced yet. The next gaming goldmine isn't a single console, it's platform independence. They want Xbox to be like Netflix, accessible everywhere, playable everywhere, recognizable everywhere. And LIX is their first step into that direction. A portable Windows-based Game Pass optimized machine that turns every location into a gaming hub. If you're a casual gamer, a traveler, or someone who loves the idea of handheld PC gaming with full AAA power, the LIX is a beast. If you're a Game Pass subscriber, this device practically turns your membership into a portable console. If you're a Steam gamer, Windows user, emulator fan, or someone who loves customization, this device gives you more freedom and better hardware. This isn't just an improvement, it's a redefinition of what handheld gaming can be. Microsoft knows they can't win the console war, so they're changing the battlefield. The ROG Xbox LIX is their first weapon. That's a wrap for today's video. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the ROG Xbox LIX is the future of Xbox, or is Microsoft taking a gamble that might backfire? Would you replace your console with a handheld PC? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive tech breakdowns, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.